Have you seen this wacky diet? All you've got to do is eat crap tons of sugar and you'll get shredded. But what kind of thing is this going to do to your health? I've been suffering with UC now for 12 years, and I noticed that the more sugar I had, the more flares and upset stomachs I actually had. And I've fallen for every single bullshit thing that there's going. So there's, if it fits your macros. So all you got to do is you've got to work out your protein, fats and carbs for the day, and you can eat whatever you want. It's the dream life. As long as you hit your macros, you could lose weight or you could gain weight. But guess what? How shit did I feel? Yeah, pretty damn shit to be fair, because I was eating whatever I wanted. Then there's vegetarian diet. This is a very high sugar, high carb diet, because pretty much every single last food you eat has got loads of carbs, got loads of sugar. Then I fell for the high for veganism, which, was I ever vegan? Because don't forget, if you quit being vegan, you was never really vegan in the first place, by all accounts. So, if you want to know how to actually get into clinical remission, then top link in the description. But why is sugar so bad? So sugar itself does quite a lot of nasty things inside your system. And the first one, it feeds like opportunistic bacteria. So these are bacteria that you don't even realize that are in your system. So it could be like E. coli. You start feeding it sugar, and what happens? It spreads like wildfire. Then it promotes gut diabosis, which basically means like an imbalance of gut bacteria. So if you're eating loads of sugar, it'll mean that it's feeding all of the bad bacteria and the good ones are basically getting starved out. So then that could also cause a flare because these bad bacteria eat in mucosal layer, which is like the mucus layer in your bowels. Or it could be sending all sorts of different inflammation off to different parts of your body, so making you feel like utter garbage. It also elevates your inflammatory markers. So as soon as you start eating sugar, the inflammation in your body actually goes up. So if you are close to having a flare, or if you weren't even in a flare in the first place, it could end up sending your markers really high, and then causing an immune response in your body, because all this inflammation is there, and then the immune response then triggers a flare. And it can also increase permeability in your intestines, which means basically the gut lining gets thinner. So instead of it being a nice tight net, it ends up becoming a saggy, loose thing and letting all these different bacteria and food into your system, which then obviously causes flares. Are you getting the picture? Are you getting that urge to go and eat loads of sugar? Because I know I'm not. I know for a fact that I ain't gonna fall for this bullshit thing just to lose weight. People are looking for that next fad, that next quick thing just to try and, lose a few pounds. I could give you the best advice forever for losing a few pounds, and I'm a qualified PT. And that is, stop putting fucking shit in your mouth and move more. Well, that's pretty easy, innit? Stop eating all the shit. So you got your carbs, your sugars, your seed oils, your processed craps. Eat nutrient-dense food, so that's all your meats and your fat. And hey presto, I guarantee you'll lose good amounts of fat. And if you do more, you lift your weights, you go out into nature, you touch the soil, you actually get out there. Hey presto, another way that you could lose weight. But this is why it's so important to not do the sugar diet. So it can damage your gut, inflames your tissues, fuels the fire for gut lining damage, and can elevate your immune response system. I've kind of gone into a little bit what you can do, but if you start the carnivore diet, not this sugar fad diet, but actually go back to something prehistoric. We used to eat meat. We used to eat meat by the fucking pound. We used to go out there killing all the woolly mammoths. We used to go hunting down the biggest, fattiest, juiciest meat possible, and we used to eat it. And if you look back to the bones had more nitrogen in it, just like carnivores do. So you got your lions, your wolves. We used to eat mainly meat, not fucking sugar. Like, come on. How stupid can you fucking get? So what will carnivore diet do for your system? Well, it'll remove all the irritants for a start. It removes all the crap, the fibers, which are basically like sandpaper going through your intestines anyway. Then it promotes healing by reducing the stress in your body. So when you have a lot of stress in your body, obviously the sugar is causing the stress, that's going to cause inflammation. You eat nutrient-dense foods that is going to heal, the inflammation is just going to melt away, just like your fat. It's not about not eating sugar again, even though I recommend people, if you're going to do it, maybe have a special occasion. If you're going to go out, have a bit of birthday cake with people, or if you want to, you know, go out for a meal and there's like carbs and whatever else, fine, whatever. But why would you want to do that all the time when you know the response it's going to cause inside your body? Now, you could decide to just keep eating it anyway and take your medication and mask all the symptoms, or you could actually get to the root cause of why it's happening and heal. And one of the best things you can do is stop eating fucking sugar and carbs. Start focusing on nutrient-dense foods and stop following stupid fad diets that you know that's not going to serve you. So let me know in the comments below if it's something that you have thought about doing, or you've started it and it's actually put you in a flare, or maybe it hasn't put you in a flare. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you again next time.